Richard Holdener Performance Products. Are they worth it? We'll review them today. So for those of you who've been watching, you know that I am a fan of Richard Holdener Performance Products. I bought this rhip1200, he calls it, at first, to put on this LY6, and after talking to him on email, which they do respond to you on email, which is great, they talked me into buying the rhip1200 instead. So I never got to try this ball bearing turbo. I am going to put it on a 5.3 in the future, but it seems really well built and comes with the coolant lines. Okay, it doesn't come with the coolant lines, but the coolant inlet and outlet, which this journal bearing does not. Now this is a 67 millimeter, this is a 73 millimeter. They say this one spools a lot quicker, obviously, but for the displacement of the engine, I went with the 73 millimeter instead. So this one's going to be on the shelf. This sucker spools pretty quick. One thing about Richard Holdener stuff is they don't come with a lot of instructions, so you kind of need to do your own research and figure it out. But it's fairly self-explanatory once you get the basics down. Okay, I also have his, I believe it's 55 millimeter wastegate. Haven't had any problems with it. I'm running a little longer tube here than normal, and it's still, with the spring that came with it, I get about 10.5 pounds of boost. I've hit 11, but I haven't had any problems with it either. I want to upgrade this line here one day to something a little different, but for now it's working. Obviously I'm running only on spring, being a street truck and pump gas. Okay, I also am running Richard Holdener's low buck truck cam, and it's not as choppy as I was hoping, but that could be because my tune isn't completely fleshed out yet. It is a lot choppier than stock, obviously, and it does sound good. Being a 6 liter, I probably should have went with the plus cam, the truck plus cam he sells. But I didn't want anything insanely radical. I went too radical on a 5.3 that I had. And because of that, the 5.3 just, all the power was in the top end. So I went with the low buck truck cam, and I'm happy with it. I also am running his boost block over there. And you can see I have a sensor on there, which is going to an AEM gauge, and I have this port here. I'm utilizing it for the boost block. I think it used to go to like the evap or something. Block this off. Anyway, I'm running his blow-off valve. Check it out. So this is his blow-off valve. It actually came with the aluminum piece, if I remember right, and it hasn't had any problems either. So the reason why I went with his stuff, including his springs and his VVT delete, which by the way was the only thing that I could say I had some problem with, and you can check out my video on that. It's not a big deal, it still worked, but the Holley EFI system wouldn't plug into his extension harness, so I just had to unplug the sensor, plug it directly into the sensor. So the moral of the story is I went with Richard's stuff because I've watched a lot of his videos, and he has extensively tested LS products. Okay, you also know that I've run his fuel pump, if you've been paying attention. It's the one with the check valve. I'm having bleed back issues, and I don't know if it's from the regulator I'm running, which is from Speedway, or if it's the pump. I need to pull the pump basket and see if it's bleeding back. But other than that, I haven't had any problems with the pump. It's actually a US made pump, if I remember right. And it's a TI or TI Industries, okay. And I think it's 525 liters per hour. If it's the check valve one. So one last thing, I ran his injectors, and his injectors came with a data sheet. Okay, after you buy them, they send you the link to it, and that data sheet tells you the flow for those injectors. And it was kind of tricky to put into Holly. Maybe there's a cheat that I don't know about, but I physically had to put them in there, so that was kind of rough. But other than that, it's been flawless. Like, he has a pretty cool system. One of these days, I'd love to see him put it all in one basket and be like, here is a complete turbo kit for, say, like an LY6 or Gen 3, 5.3, LM7 or whatever. But for now, you're going to piece it together by yourself. The main thing I want you to take away from this is there are no instructions with his kits. Can you send him a message? Yes. Are you going to be waiting for his reply? Probably. They're busy. But the components, for what they are pretty good bang for the buck. I feel like it's getting plenty of power. I need to bring it to a dyno and see, but it definitely runs pretty hard. Is it worth the money? Yes. So far it has easily been worth the money. I have no problem suggesting to you Richard Holdener stuff. I haven't had to send anything back, and they always reply to me in the email within a day or two. And that is better than most companies anymore. So I want to give you a heads up. I hope his standards stay where they are or get better. There's nothing wrong with that. And his prices are fair and reasonable. So check out Richard Holdener stuff. No, I'm not getting funded by him or getting free parts from him. As much as I've showed this truck, maybe he should send me some shit, Richard. But don't forget to check him out. It's actually worth the look.